Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 189. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router.
Hello.
Chris McCracken. And Ed Placencia, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here.
There's a long pause. I didn't know if I had to say something or not.
Exactly.
Did we almost get a Hall appearance in there?
I was thinking, I was like, I don't know whose name I say next.
Tim Router, and Tim Router.
Right.
It's the Tim Router Show.
And I wanted to start off by saying, I just want to see you laughing in that purple rain. Come on, boys. Purple rain. Purple rain.
Oh my gosh.
What the heck happened this week?
Oh,
I'm telling you.
My gosh.
2016, man.
Ugh, taking all kind of people.
I don't get this year at all.
Jeez Louise. And I think China died too.
China,
the wrestler
passed away.
China.
Yep.
Yeah.
It comes in threes, man. It always does. It's really weird. It comes in threes.
Well, and you know that song, Me and Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
Yep.
He died too.
Yep. There it is. There's a third.
Wow.
The heck, man.
That was weird.
I was floored to hear Prince pass
About
away.
Prince. Dude, we were flying. We were in an airplane when the news broke, so we landed and everybody turned on their phones. It was like ba-ding, 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 you were like, oh my gosh, phones just going off all over the place. And then
I was doing so much fact checking. I'm like, okay, what does Time Magazine say? What does
exactly?
Yeah.
TMZ is usually right about that kind of stuff, man. I haven't seen them be wrong in a long time.
right?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Unbelievable.
Chris McCracken,
Yes.
how was your week, brother?
My week was just filled with work. It just kind of seemed like
Again?
a blur. Yeah.
Dang it. That's what you said
Yeah.
last time.
I know. It's just that time of year where we've got a lot of stuff that we're gearing up for in my department. And so a lot of projects are coming to a head, and then it'll make a little bit kind of lull in the summer, and then it'll pick back up in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of the way that it goes for me.
Is it cyclical like that anyway? Like, is that how it always is?
Yeah, it is, because we do so much stuff like way early. Like our entire team has been working on stuff for Christmas starting in like February.
I believe it.
So
Yep.
yeah, and no, not me specifically, but our team has, and so our stuff will be picking up about midsummer is when we'll start focusing on the Christmas stuff. It's just the way it is. You've got to stay ahead of it because you've got to get all this creative stuff made, and then you've got to get it prepped and ready to go out. However, it's going to be delivered to consumers. So you got to work way far in advance. So
Nice.
it just seems kind of weird. And then when Christmas comes, for me specifically, it usually like gets really slow. So.
Do you like it when it's busy like this?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I would much prefer to be busy than twiddling my thumbs.
Of course.
Yeah, it's nice to have things to do. And I like shooting. And when you're juggling multiple projects, now, I don't want too many, but when you have 4 or 5 and you're kind of going between, and you may have to like shift projects between people, but just because of the nature of the way things fall, it's kind of exciting. Keeps you on your toes. I like that.
Good.
So.
Nice.
But anyway, so that being the case, I was working over part of the weekend. And then, so I had Sunday off and didn't really do anything of note. I was like, I don't want to do anything. I'm just going to hang out. I mowed the lawn, but other than that,
That
I
took
didn't
10
use
minutes.
any PPE this time. None at all.
Yeah.
Still.
Now that we know what that is.
Living on the edge.
I guess I do need to back up. I need to say this, because of the PPE comment. So on Friday, I'm driving home and I get a call from my mom and she says, hey, sweetie, what are you doing? Because she always calls me sweetie. And I said, I'm driving home from work. I go, what are you doing? And she said, oh, me too. I just finished listening to 188.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. Cause I knew she'd heard some of the episodes, but I didn't know if she still listened or whatever. I never really asked her. She goes, yeah, I just got finished listening to 188. I was like, oh, cool. And there's like a pause and she goes, I really like this show.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like, really, huh? And I was like, you do? And she's like, yeah, you guys are so much fun.
Oh.
Aw.
And she goes, and I was so disappointed. And I said, why is that? And she goes, well, after last week's show, I wrote on Twitter, and I said, hold on a second, you've got a Twitter? She's like, yeah. She's like, I got a Twitter.
She's
And
like, I
okay. And then
double clicked Twitter.
yeah, exactly. I said, give me your handle. So I looked her up real quick.
Yeah.
But then she goes, I knew what PPE was, and I was trying to do an MTTG oops, and I must have messed it up.
Gosh.
Oh,
That is
cool.
the best thing ever.
I love her.
yeah.
Wow.
That
It
is
was hilarious.
awesome. Thank you, Mama Bread fan. We love that.
Right?
I know.
So now
And
she's
she-
coming to episode 200 is what you're saying?
It'd be nice. It would surprise me if she's like, you know what? I want to go to the Nashville. But I will say, the funniest thing in the world. She just talking to me, and she said she heard you talking about how you were coming out to Arlington. She goes, my birthday is the 10th, and I was like, yeah. She's like, I wouldn't mind going to that show. I was like, okay, I'll take you to the show. And she goes, yeah, I would really love to meet the chubby ninja.
No, she did not.
He did.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God. Mama Bread
this is
fan
so
gets
great.
the platinum trophy for this week.
that
Definitely.
I mean,
so cool.
that made my weekend. Oh, it was the best
that's
thing ever.
Awesome, man.
Oh my gosh.
There is nothing better than supportive parents. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
and she's like, I don't know anything about gaming. I don't understand half the things you're saying, but I just love listening. So there's
I
that. We've got that
That's
going
awesome.
for us.
love that.
But aside from that and all the work that I did, gameplay wise, I played a lot of Ratchet and Clank.
Good, man. You
yeah.
still- and
Really
you're loving
enjoying
it?
that game. Yeah,
Yep.
the controls took me a little while to get used to. I'm assuming they're the same controls that all Ratchet and Clanks have had. Since I hadn't played them, I'm not used to them. The only thing that I've not gotten used to, and I'm not sure if it's going to pop up anymore, there's a few missions where you do them and you're flying around in your spaceship and you're shooting other ships. The controls for the spaceship, you only use the left
Left
analog stick. Yeah, it's the up, down, left, right. All of it is just on the left stick, and that threw my head for a loop for a while. I'm just so used to, you're doing your left and right with the left and the up and down with the right, even in ships, like on Battlefront. Whenever you do the fly around the TIE fighters and stuff, that's how you do it. And so it just was really throwing my head for a loop. And the sensitivity is really high. So it's kind of like Gabe was saying last week, you're like left, right, left, up, down, right, left.
Exactly, yeah.
And there's no slider to adjust it. Yeah, it's just it just is the speed that it is. So that was hard, but the game is just it just looks so good. It is funny.
Yeah.
It is really, really funny.
That's
There's this
great,
little
man.
That's awesome.
And it does look amazing. Like I started watching your Let's Play and I was like, shoot, that does look like a movie. Like,
And
dang
I
it.
went back and looked at some of the footage from like the PS2 version, and apparently they also redid this for the PS3. And it looks way different. It looks so much better.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, it's like night and day difference.
Wow.
There's this little bot that you can equip as kind of like a weapon. He follows you around and shoots at things for you. His name is Zircon. That guy is hilarious. He says some of the funniest stuff.
That's
so
so
great.
cool, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That is
if
awesome.
anybody's on the fence to picking it up, and with only being $40, I would highly recommend getting it. I'm not finished with it yet. Stacey keeps bugging me. She's like, I want to play Ratchet and Clank. So I got to get on the ball and get that finished, but it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Has she been watching you play, or does she want to experience it all
No,
fresh?
she wants to play it herself. She doesn't want to watch.
Yeah.
She's like, no, and she asked me, she's like, do you want to go see the movie? I was like, well, yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I said, do you want to see the movie? She goes, I just want to play the game, and just kind of looks at me.
Totally calling you out, man.
It's like, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
You felt that elbow in your ribs, I'd imagine.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I did play some more Metal Gear Solid. I think I'm going to go for the platinum, but I don't want to commit to it because it's going to take forever to do.
Yeah.
But I'm just having so much more fun with that game.
Nice.
And the only other thing that I played is yesterday, Severed for the Vita came out. So I
Yes.
downloaded that.
Oh, yeah.
I started playing it. It's pretty cool. I'm not very far. I only got about 30 minutes worth of play before we had to start hunkering down for all the bad weather that was coming in.
Yeah, you guys have been getting some jacked up stuff going on down there.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty out here.
Did it already blow through, or is it still on its way?
It already blew through, but I think there's more projected to come later in the week. But
Yeah, Midwest is getting nailed right now.
Yeah, Houston, man, too, is a mess. God,
yeah, it's pretty insane. Luckily, I mean, I've always just happened to be in a spot where kind of misses us, or it may not miss us, but the worst part is always in another area.
Right.
So, keep knocking on wood that keeps happening.
Heck yeah, man. Stay safe, everybody in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for me, guys.
There you have it. Router.
So I'm coming up with a new little segment within my update. It's called Piper's Topic of the Week. She absolutely loved the fact that we talked about rainbows because she wants to listen to it. She always asks when I'm doing the podcast, and she always says with Uncle Gaben, "What are the other two guys' names?" She can never remember your names. I said It's Mr. Ed and Mr. Chris. Oh yeah, okay. So the topic of this week is water. So let's talk about water, guys. We need it. Right. We got to have it. It's delicious, and we're done.
It comes from the ground and falls from the sky.
That's right. There you go. I love it. So, I want to do this new segment for her. I like last night I said, okay, what do you want me to talk about on the podcast tomorrow? She's like, water. I was like, you sure?
I love water.
Yeah, or we could talk about Thaxton, but no, water. Let's talk about water.
Yeah, nice.
So there it is. So we're talking about water. Had a really good week, man. We took a last-minute impromptu trip down to Atlanta on Wednesday night and stayed through Thursday. Lauren had to go to IKEA, and since we don't have one here in Nashville, the closest one is Atlanta.
Nice.
She had to go to IKEA for some bookshelves because this past weekend was Main Street Festival, and she wanted to put get some more displays for the tent that we had for Main Street Festival.
Mm-hmm.
So Wednesday night we drove down to the ATL and stayed at the W in Midtown, and then woke up and then went over to IKEA, and then the rest of the day was spent going to the Georgia Aquarium, which is freaking awesome.
Very nice.
It is. It honestly, it's better than the Chattanooga Aquarium, and that's
what people are saying. What the heck? It is for real.
It's fantastic, man. It's
Come on.
It's all indoor. It's all indoors. It's all indoors, and like there's all the same different kind of sections. Like you have your river section, you have your Arctic section, and they have this dolphin show that again, it's all inside, but it's better than a SeaWorld dolphin show. I mean, there's like flashing lights and dance music, and like it's really, really cool. So
is it really, really large?
It's big, yeah. It's very big. It's right next to the Coca-Cola building too. So
nice.
It's all downtown. And man, it was just it was a great day. And you know what I kept saying the whole time? Adventure.
Yes.
Because that's how we were saying it. She's like, "Daddy, can we go on an Atlanta adventure?" Because of course, Mommy wanted her to kind of egg me on to convince me to go to Atlanta. I was like, "No, let's not go to Atlanta." But we ended up going. We had so much fun, and the whole time I'm just going, "Adventure!" It was so much fun. So we did that, and then this past weekend was Main Street Festival. So it was kind of a work weekend for all of us. Lauren was there bright and early Saturday morning. It goes Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 6. Fortunately, we had absolutely beautiful weather, and a lot of people came out, and it was good for her. And then we just packed everything up on Sunday evening and had dinner with her folks. And so, yeah, it's been good. So now just working and chugging along. Our dear friends, Pauline and Pierre, Pauline has asked Lauren and Piper to go down to their beach house in Seaside, Florida.
Hey-o.
From like Sunday through Tuesday. So I got the whole place to myself.
What?
Wow.
I'm going to be gaming my little butt off, and I'm also going to be catching up on Walking Dead season 6. Because I can finally watch it on the television and not on Netflix or anything. So hopefully I'll get all caught up. But I got some gaming I want to do as well. On the gaming front, I know I said that I was going to start getting into a bunch of stuff. I ended up playing Guacamelee and freaking love it, dude.
That's a good game.
That
game is fun. It's challenging. It's funny. Graphically, it looks really, really cool. And I'm just having a ball with it. And why do I want guac and chips afterwards?
Exactly, all the time.
Right? I'm like, I want to go down to Pueblo right now and just grab a burrito or something because it gets me hungry. But yeah, man, that game is fantastic. So I remember downloading it because it was free for PS Plus 1 month. And I was looking through, I'm like, oh man, I got to play this. I know Gabe played it and really loved it. And a lot of people have been talking about it. So yeah, man, I'm just kind of chugging away with that. And
that's great.
It's been a lot of fun. And boys, Rocket League.
Yes.
Yes, the basketball.
Hoops. We have
I got to download that. I got to get it.
Keep playing that. Oh, that is so much fun. So the courts are shorter. It's really, it's a little challenging because normally, like I'm one of those guys that comes in and kind of flips to hit the ball, so it's kind of low to the ground. You can't really do that in this. You have to really focus on getting under it and like just angling it and off the walls.
So cool.
It is so cool, and they even do the basketball court squeaking of the tires.
No way.
That's awesome.
Turn up your volume, and the physics in the game are they're perfect. It's just great. So I played that with some buddies over at Ribbo, which is that office area that I hang out with. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. So, because
that game feels like the little game that could.
And
you know what I'm saying? Like it
keeps going, man. It keeps innovating. It keeps kind of reinventing itself. And it's like, this is great. Like, what's next? Hockey? Like, let's do it. I'm down. So they're doing it right, man.
It feels like they single-handedly have started like the cross-platform play conversation. Like,
I agree.
They've done a lot for being this little game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So look out for Psionics, man. They're doing it right, and it is a lot of fun. So let's get our community playing some hoops.
Nice. I like it.
That's it for me.
Ed.
Yes, had a nice week. Pretty low key, especially we just kind of stuck around the house. Didn't do a whole lot. Beautiful weather out this past week. It was nice to have a spring weather week finally. Mm-hmm. So that was nice. I spent a lot of my time going through the internet looking for projects I'd worked on but never saw before. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Interesting.
Awesome.
I've done that before. Yeah, sure.
I'm the king of doing extra work on TV and movies and then never making the cut. And
I thought you were going to say never see him like Johnny Depp or something like that.
I know, right? And I was on IMDb and looked at one of the movies I was in and saw that the release date was 2013.
What?
Wow.
Which is weird because I filmed it. I did my little extra work when I was living in New York in 2004.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, wow, this movie finally came out. I got to find this.
They had to do a Kickstarter.
Yeah,
got it out.
Well, it's like an hour and 8 minutes long.
Oh, yikes.
It's really bad. I found it on YouTube, actually.
What is it?
It's horrible. It's called Devil May Know. It stars a pre-famous Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh,
really?
I had no idea she was in the film until I saw the credits. But
wait, what did you do in the movie?
I stood at a table like as a maitre d' while the woman who's in the movie walked in.
Not Jennifer Lawrence.
Nice.
Not Jennifer Lawrence, no. And I made it on screen for like 0.25 seconds. It was amazing.
Beautiful.
Hey, you're moving on up.
I'm telling you.
Pretty soon you'll get to 1 second. It'll be
I
great.
know. People be like, people have time to say, and there's Ed.
And that's about all the time they'll have.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Right now they're like, Ed. Oh,
Right.
You missed it.
And I was also able to track down one of the games I did a voiceover work on.
Wow.
So
Which one was that?
it's a game. It's one of those hidden object games. And like you find the hidden objects and then there's like a little scene in between. And it's a game called Mystery Tales: The Twilight World. If you're on YouTube, look it up. It's like part 5 or something. I play this really cheesy magician, and it's hilarious.
That's great.
How do you feel about that stuff? Do you ever feel like you sounded as good as you thought you were gonna sound, or you sound way worse?
I think with that thing especially, I was like, yeah, that's perfect for that kind of game because it's always kind of that over the top. Hello, I am a magician type of a thing. Don't touch my candle. No, that kind of a thing. And it's like, it makes no sense anyhow. So I feel like I nailed the cheesiness of it.
Nailed the cheesiness. I like it.
That's right.
Good deal.
I can respect that.
Right?
Heck yeah, man.
Gaming wise, I was playing Hitman until way too late last night. The Italy mission.
Oh,
And,
good.
I really like those games. They take the maps they have now are so huge. It takes me
They are
forever
ginormous.
to figure out what in the world, just to get the lay of the land and figure out where my objective is.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a lot of fun, and then also played the final installment of The Walking Dead Michonne last night as well.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I've got to get to that. I haven't been able to play it yet.
I got to say, kudos to Telltale again. They kept the jankiness of it that seems to haunt their games.
Oh, geez.
But you know what? I'll just, no spoilers, of course, but the final scene, the editing is amazing.
Wait, so you're still getting lag?
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what it is that about these games that seems to make it so difficult to make it just smooth.
Yeah, I don't know either. I thought that was going to be solved with the PS4 and everything, but because, man, when we played it on, I remember Hall and I had trouble. And Gabe, did you have a lot of trouble with it too?
Oh yeah, Doc.
Especially on the Wolf Among Us, I had a lot of frame drop and just jankiness too. And I'm like, oh, please tell me they're getting that fixed. And now that they've put out so many new projects, you would think that's been tightened up.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
When they announced The Walking Dead Season 3, they also said that they're coming out. I don't think they said they're completely redoing their engine, but they said they're doing a lot of work to optimize their engine.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm hoping that kind of fixes and takes care of it. I've played all of the Walking Dead games on my computer, so it's the most powerful machine I have in my house, and I still will run into the same issues. Not to the level of when I tried playing like a demo on my PS3 back in the day, but it's still there. There's still like a lag and like a cutscene's coming up, or a transition is going to happen, and it freezes for a second and then jumps, and then you get into the next one. It's
weird.
Something with their
that's an engine. That's an engine issue. Yeah, that's definitely something they can tighten up.
Yeah, I need some oil in that engine.
Yeah,
they need
right.
a different secret sauce.
Seriously, gracious.
But that was it for me.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Mr. Patillo.
Yeah.
Talk to us, Doc.
I was where was I? I was in Atlanta and Valdosta this last week, and went to we did a baseball game there. I think we're doing one in Arlington, Texas as well. But,
that's cool.
It was the Braves versus the Mets, and so I'm not huge into baseball, but I am huge into sitting in a box and eating hot dogs while watching baseball.
Heck yes.
Right?
And that was fun. I mean, the game wasn't fun. I mean, the experience was great.
Yeah, watching a baseball game on TV versus going to the ballpark is way different.
Totally
different. So different. So that was a good time and a quick trip, and so we were kind of down and back pretty fast. And I don't know if we were anywhere else this last week. But like I said, we had gone to Arizona as well. And so we were flying back from Arizona when all the Prince stuff happened. And that felt crazy. You were like, everybody in the airport as you're walking through are just staring up at the televisions.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, no, well, I think it's the flu. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And so,
and they still don't know, do they?
I mean, they did an autopsy. They just haven't released the...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm thinking it wasn't the flu.
Yeah, it's not looking good based on the information that has come out.
We heard about it in the middle of IKEA, and I went, what? Really loud. I was like, whoops.
Exactly.
Couldn't believe it, man.
So, that obviously sucks.
Yeah.
I took the old Gear VR on the plane.
Yeah.
Like I said I was gonna. And just hoped that I sat next to one of my buddies so I could try it and not look like a freak. And that happened.
You should have, whoever it was next to you, just look over him and said, I'm from the future.
Exactly. Nice underwear.
I know, right?
Would have been great. And not creepy at all.
No, of course not. Especially when you just look over because there's like no expression behind those big goggles.
Right.
Nice draws.
Nice draws.
Like, oh my gosh, they slowly ring their call attendant button like, boom. Yeah. Right. Can I be moved or can you tase this guy? Either one.
Can you tape him to the seat, please?
Can you tape his head forward? And so me and my buddy Ryan sat next to each other and nobody sat in between us. And so we passed the Gear VR back and forth. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. After all that.
Yeah.
After all that, it's okay.
I know, man. It's just like, I haven't done anything with a controller yet. Mm-hmm. So everything I did, I played Smash Hit. I watched like the videos that come preloaded, not great. And what was the other game? It was a game called Bait. And he and my buddy Ryan loved Bait because you're like sitting there and you're just fishing. It's just real cartoony, but you put headphones on and it's like, you know, birds chirping. And he's like, I could do this all day. I could do this all day. So it was cool. Brought it home to Jenny. It was like, babe, you got to try this. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen someone so unimpressed by anything ever.
I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised because Jenny's expressions are pretty straightforward anyway.
I am saying it's like if you talked up bread to someone.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, she's like,
But have you tried bread? Just take a bite of this quick. You gonna toast it? No. Just try it out of the bag, and then you watch them eat it, and they're like, "Yeah, that was all right." And you're like, "Oh, come on." I mean, it's bread.
Yeah, right? You gotta love bread.
She's probably like, "Well, it's not a donut, but whatever."
Exactly. So that was disheartening. But she made up for it. You kind of
knew that, though, didn't you?
I know, but you know, you always go out on a limb a little bit with your wife, like just in hopes. Like maybe the Lord's done something in her heart.
Yeah.
You were really holding on to hope.
There's been a transformation.
Exactly.
Nope, not happening.
No, it didn't happen. Same woman I left.
Yep. Which is good. You want consistency in a marriage.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yep.
Exactly. And when I say left, I mean like went to Arizona and came back to this one.
Right.
And then, but she made up for it yesterday.
Here we go.
I don't know what came over her.
Oh.
She's bathing the kids and she yells from the other room, "So, babe, like if we wanted to, could we play Dr. Mario or no?"
What?
That is her game.
I ran in there with pot and pan in hand from doing the dishes and looked around the corner like, "Girl, what you talking about?"
Girl.
You ain't said nothing. And so I went ahead and was like,
Dust
off the Wii U. It was like,
What, you want to do something now?
It's like, what year is this?
Yeah, what is that, an Alienware box? I don't even have it in the original box. I just have it in the Alienware laptop box.
Yeah.
And so we played some freaking Dr. Mario last night.
She freaking loves that game.
And it felt so right.
Good, man. Awesome.
You guys both still got it?
We still got it, Doc.
Nice.
Oh.
We still got it against each other. We didn't go online with it, but it was pretty good. There was, I of course, I'm the gamer, so I click in a little faster than she did. Mm-hmm. But she got me a couple games for sure. Like there was a little run where she got me 3 games in a row, and I just put my head back like, what is going on right now?
Did you rage click?
Exactly, almost. No, but it was one of those things where like I was beating her so much that I was like, I should probably lose one.
Yeah, but easy.
Well, she's not going to want to play. She's not going to want to play anymore.
Pull it back a little.
Yeah, but my pride wouldn't let me do it, and she beat me anyway. So
that's nice.
It worked out perfect. So anyway,
oh man, I love that. That's great, man. Wives are getting involved. Like I forced all of my family while we were driving down to Atlanta to finish listening to episode 188, and she was laughing at all the same parts. I'm crying when we were talking about the whole VR thing. Even still, when driving down to Atlanta, I'm just laughing there, and she starts laughing too. I'm like, all right, sweet, I got her, hook, line, and sinker. So they enjoyed it all. It was good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I love it. All right, Router, you got it?
I got it. So wait, is that all the gaming you got? Just Dr. Mario, or did you get anything else in?
I got a little bit of Division in. I mean, it's been a rough week. Like just from,
sure.
Because you know when you go to Arizona, you leave one day, do 4 the show the next day, and then fly home the next day. I got home the next day, left for Valdosta. Atlanta, came home. So it was just like super busy. And so, yesterday I looked at Jenny. I was like, hey, I just got to get like a little gaming in. And she was like, all right. And so I just like came up and played the Division, but I also like preempted her on May 10th. I was like, so
yeah,
in 2 weeks, there's this game coming out called Uncharted. And she says, I don't care about what day it's coming out. I know, but I'm
love
getting
her.
you ready.
Completely unimpressed.
I was like, I just want you to know that I'll be playing that game
Yeah, that's right.
a lot those first 3 days. And
Yep.
she was like, it's all good. I was like, sweet.
Yay.
Nice.
So at least me and I don't know if Bread fan, you playing it? You picking it up?
Oh
You
yeah,
playing it?
yeah, I'm playing it.
Oh, I
So
got
we'll
that
have
too, man.
something to talk about in Arlington when I'm down there because the week before I'm in Texas. So
Yep.
be a good time. I cranked up some H1Z1 just real quick.
Mm.
Wow.
Just to
See
see
it was working.
Did you win
if you got
again?
your chops up still from your previous win.
Yeah, I did okay. I didn't do great. I lasted till like the last. I think I played twice and lasted to the last like 15 people or 10 people. So I did okay, but I just made some stupid mistakes there at the end, and I should have done better.
You're a little rusty. That's
It's a
makes
little
sense.
rusty.
You haven't
Yeah,
played in a while.
exactly. You know, trying to get this thing back and cracking. So yeah,
can.
that was it for me. All right, Router, you got it.
Now I got it.
Okay, well, let's do it. Oh, this is rough at 5:30 in the
All right,
morning.
man. Just take a
Yeah.
take a break. I got this. It's all
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
You
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
Go get
You
some
got it from-
water.
you got it
clear
from
your
here?
throat. I got it. I'll take over. All right, new releases this week. We got The Walking Dead, Michonne, episode 3. What We Deserve. Is this the final one, Ed?
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah,
So
it
that
is.
is the final episode. And then Tales from the Borderlands is actually out on disc now. It's no longer just a downloadable. They released it on disc, so it is out
wow.
in stores.
Huh.
King's
I
Quest.
wonder why they would. I wonder what money they make by doing that for a game that's been out for so long.
I don't know either.
Huh.
Very weird. King's Quest Chapter 3, Once Upon a Climb, for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, PS3, and Xbox 360.
Mhm.
And as our boy Breadfan said, Severed for the Vita is now finally out. Hitman, the second episode, Sapienza. That's the Italian one for the PC,
Yes.
PS4, and Xbox One.
Mhm.
We have Battle Worlds Chronos for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Elite Dangerous, Standard Edition for the Xbox One. And for the 3DS, SteamWorld Heist, The Outsider.
Nice.
All right.
So a couple of little one-off little releases here and there, so that's very cool.
Yeah.
We've got charts. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty
Wow,
glorious.
what?
They've been very
Oh, snap.
consistent now. Week of April 16th.
Mhm.
So this is only last week, which is pretty incredible. Number 10, Gears of War, Xbox One. Number 9, MLB 16, The Show for the PS4. Number 8, The Division for the Xbox One.
Mhm.
Number 7, Quantum Break for the Xbox One.
Mm.
Number 6, The Division for the PS4. Number 5, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for the PS4.
Wow.
Number 4, Bravely Second and Lair for the 3DS. Number 3, the debut, Dark Souls 3 for the Xbox One.
Ah.
Mm.
Number 2, debut, Ratchet and Clank, PS4.
Mm.
So number 1, debut, Dark Souls 3, PS4.
Wow.
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 Here's the interesting note. 303,000 units sold, Dark Souls 3 PS4. 105,000 units for the Xbox One. They've been usually very close between Xbox One and
Wow.
PS4.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Maybe-
that's not close at
This
all.
is a very interesting shift, and I wonder what that's all about. Because that normally, usually if it's a debut, it's one or the other, very close 1 and 2
Yeah.
on debuts. But this one kind of boggled me. I'm like, is it because the PS4 install base is so much higher, and this is definitely one of the more anticipated games for PS4 this year? Or I don't know. I don't get it. It seemed a little odd. So
Weird.
very, very interesting.
Yeah.
We did have a few minor oops, but I need to make a quick public service announcement to our community because people are just oopsing for the sake of oopsing, and it's not necessarily an oops.
Router's going to set you right.
I'm going to set the record straight. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we actually do say something that is completely false, that is a definite MTTG oops. Not necessarily, well, it's a kind of, or opinion, or hearsay. I'm legally up, baby. If it's an
Oh,
oops,
snap.
it's an oops. Call it like it is.
Buckle up. I like it.
There you go. So we had PJ4OSU, William Biddle, the VR box will not be built into the PS 4.5, hashtag MTTG. Oops. I didn't think we said that. I think, but maybe we did. I don't know.
I had said that that's
said it.
the rumor. Yeah, I don't remember. I may have said it like it was definitive, but if I did, I didn't mean to.
Okay, no problem. Jeff the Android at Remake Yourself. MTTG, oops. Number 1, 14 Ratchet games, only All for One is co-op. Number 2, with multiple users in the PS4, multiple saves. Number 3, all worlds are unlocked at the end. Ed, you found out that All for One is not just the only co-op. Is that correct? You found 4 that are?
Yeah, I guess there are 4 that have a co-op in them at some point where you can have a different mode or something.
Okay. All right, so that's kind of an oops. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that. MTGG oops.
Yeah, and then that was an alley-oops.
I got to pick him out, Mr. Matt Leidy, because he's always about Halo. He said, I guess I missed the call for questions this week, but hashtag MTTG oops, quote, Halo, hated it, unquote. That was clearly an oops. He's always gotten on me because I didn't like Halo. He's like, dude, you got to give him another chance. He's like, and I'm not having it, brother. I'm sorry. We're going to agree to disagree on this one.
I've got an MTTG oops.
Uh-oh.
Via email.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello.
Okay, Gabe.
Uh-oh.
We are listening to the podcast on our drive to Atlanta, and when asked about drinking alcohol, I don't believe Tim was truthful, and on the next podcast, you should ask him about red wine and cauliflower incident in 2005. It is why he hasn't gotten drunk since. So Tim Router has been oopsed by his wife.
That's right.
What?
Mrs. Tiger Claw.
Me out.
Man.
She totally called me out, and that's like it was so funny. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get so much crap for this, and it was awesome.
The red wine and cauliflower incident of 2005.
All right, here it is. I'll give it to you.
The floor is yours.
Let's have it.
To unoops yourself.
No, there's no oops. It's like oops upon oops upon oops. So it's bad. All right, we're over at our friend Pauline Pierre's house. It's like, I think this is in March. It's a great night. They have a fire pit out in the back, and Pauline was making dinner, and
next to the jet.
Right. I think it was a Saturday night, so we were like, oh, let's go over to Pauline Pierre. This is all pre-Piper, of course. So we go over there. Right off the bat, I have probably about, and I didn't really realize it, I had probably about 5 vodka cranberries.
How do you not realize you have 5 vodka cranberries?
It was a pretty easy, it was a pretty light mix. I had a lot of cranberry juice with it, and we're drinking and talking. Then dinner comes around.
Wow.
Dinner comes around, and I'll never forget it. She made like chicken piccata with like grilled cauliflower and like all this other stuff. So I'm drinking red wine during dinner as well. So I'm feeling pretty good during dinner and dessert. I'm like, okay, this is good.
Tim, put your pants back on.
That's right, exactly. So then after dinner, we're out by the fire pit, and Pierre and I are talking, and he gives me a bourbon and a cigar, and that did it. I just all of a sudden the world started a spinning, and I'm like,
yes.
I mean, but like the whole time I'm like giggling and laughing, and we're just like telling jokes, and we're having a great time. But I'm like, I gotta sit down. I'm like, I can't. I don't know what's going on. I gotta sit down. And my wife is just looking at me like, oh, babe, whoa, babe. So we finally leave. She has to help me out into the car. Clearly, I'm not driving. So I'm in the passenger seat, and we're driving home. And where they lived at that point was like maybe 6-7 minutes from our house, right up the street. Mm-hmm. So we're on the home stretch, and I'm like passed out, and the world is spinning. Next thing you know, I just get up, and like in The Exorcist, when like all of a sudden like, you open
That's
your
all you
mouth.
Gotta say. You know The Exorcist win.
Yeah, you open your mouth, and it's just I had lockjaw, and it was just.
Oh, jeez.
And it projectiled onto the dashboard, got into the vents. So Lawrence,
tell me you sold this car.
So I roll down the window, and I'm just going, I'm sorry, babe. I'm so sorry. I've got it all over me, so everything's all warm.
Don't look at me. I'm a mess.
now my wife is looking at me and she starts to throw up outside of the car. So she rolls down the window.
Sympathetic vomiter.
She's rolling down the window while driving, going, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, babe. I'm so sorry. We finally get home. I just fall out of the car practically. She's got like a scarf wrapped around her, like she looks like a ninja because she put a scarf over because she can't stand the smell. So she's like, you get inside right now. So I'm stumbling in, right? Like I'm taking my jacket off out in the garage, trying to wash everything off. We have like 3 steps up into our from our garage into our kitchen. I open the door and I just fall smack on my butt. And I'm just I'm done. I'm just so done.
What?
So
just leave me here.
I basically strip right there and like crawl over into the bed, like just making sure I don't have any puke on me or anything. So she's out here with like a garden hose or something. I don't even know what happened. I seriously, I don't know what happened.
She's garden hosing the inside of the car.
Right. She's just out here with paper towels.
Oh.
She's calling her mom. She's like, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. Meanwhile, my father-in-law is going, attaboy, Tim, in the background.
Oh, my gosh.
I get the approval from the father-in-law, which is fine. Mother-in-law, not so much. So finally she comes in and she's like, get over here. I got to brush your teeth. I get up and just smile for her.
I gotta brush your teeth.
I get up and I open my mouth up and just kind of smile. And she's like, I haven't even gotten a toothbrush yet. And so she's all mad. So the next day, head is like spinning. She grabs my credit card. She's like, I'm going to go buy me something. And she just leaves. She leaves the house with me and with a massive hangover. And since that day, I have not drank that much at all. It was absolute. I felt miserable the entire day. And that's, Chris, you had mentioned that last week. Like,
yes.
I hate that feeling. Because it's not worth the hour or 2 of giggles you have the night before.
It's not. As much fun as you could have. No, it's not worth it at all.
It is not worth, because my hangovers are pretty much all day. Like I don't start feeling good till 5 o'clock, even after eating something. Too. Like I've tried everything, drinking a beer in the morning because of that. Like
take the edge off,
popping Advil left and right. I was miserable.
Wow.
So you feel good just in time to get that drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's almost dinner.
Yep. Oh my gosh!
Get some vodka cranberries going.
That was so we call that and by the way, all of the throw up was basically wine and cauliflower. So it had this beautiful aroma of wine-a-flower. Basically, it was absolutely awful, and it was still in the vent. And even months later, I find little dried up chunks here and there in the car. We have since traded that car, and I don't know if Carfax has any incident of vomit in it, but we're just going to keep that under wraps.
Right.
But oh man, it was brutal. But thank you, Lauren, for calling me out on an MTTG oops.
I mean, that's amazing.
At least we can all laugh about it now.
That is exactly the reason why that I don't. That honestly, from that day forward, I would have maybe a glass, and I've since turned to a beer man anyway. So I'll just have one or 2, and that's it.
That is funny.
Dude,
that's the best oops of all times.
It's pretty good. That's probably not my finest moment, but not finest moment. So it was good. But yeah, I see her on her phone while we were talking about this topic, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna call out. She's gonna call me out on this, isn't she?
You're like, I don't really drink that much. She's like, you just hear the texting going on her phone.
She's like, because I was on that text with you, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna happen. That's coming up on this week's show. So yes, thank you for bringing that up, Gabe. I didn't know if you were going to bring it up or not, and I applaud you for doing so. Oh, of course.
I had to.
Yeah,
of course.
The wife calls me out. I gotta fess up on it.
The one time Lauren listens to the show, exactly. She needs to listen more often if that's the gold we're going to get.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was fan-freaking-tastic. So there you go.
Oh gosh.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Chris McCracken.
Yes, sir.
Let's get to it, Doc.
Okay, well, I'm going to start with what is probably the biggest news from last week, and it happened last night.
Yes, it did.
So, Nintendo has said that the Nintendo NX is going to launch on March 2017.
Wow.
In March.
Yeah, in March 2017. Excuse me, not on March.
I was like, ooh, he's going to have a day. I was like, I didn't know what that day was.
Sorry.
On March what? Yeah.
And coupled with that news, they also said that Zelda, the one that's going to come out for the Wii U, has been pushed till March 2017, and it's going to launch simultaneously on the Wii U and the NX. So I guess that's basically making it an NX launch game.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the biggest news that came out of Nintendo last night anyways.
Well, and they said that they won't have it at E3 though.
Right.
Yeah, I saw some of that too.
So
I wasn't sure if that was official or not. I just saw somebody talking about that on Twitter.
Yeah, they said they'll unveil it later this year. Which I always wonder, so do they release in March because that's tax season? Why not push for the holiday season?
That is weird.
Because they're Nintendo and they do things weird.
They may not be able to get it in time, and they probably want to give as much time as possible. Plus, they don't want to compete with the holiday rush. But actually, March is okay. That's right before the end of first quarter, so that could help boost their numbers a little bit.
Yeah, because their numbers were not good.
No, they weren't.
They said they were down 61%, right?
Yeah, they're definitely taking a hit.
That's way down.
Why am I not excited about this? I don't know. I just feel like, okay, maybe just because of the Wii U incident and everything. I mean, I still have one and I enjoy some games, but like, I'm not terribly excited about this. Like,
I'm there with you, man. I just can't feel it.
I don't feel it. And I respect the heck out of Nintendo, but I'm just like, what are you guys doing?
I wonder if it's probably just because we're so used to nowadays, especially being hit over the head and hear about things so early.
Right.
And I think the fact that maybe this is a little bit more like cloak and dagger in the sense of like, we have no idea what it looks like. We have no idea what it is. We know it's a console, but
Yeah, I'll give them that because it builds the suspense for it, but I'm not feeling it yet. Like, I'm just like,
But I'm saying if they showed some stuff, maybe it would spur on some excitement.
Give me a reason to be excited about it, and not don't just say, hey, we got a new console coming out or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's kind of how I'm feeling about, like, of course I was excited about Uncharted, but now that they've been like pumping the commercials a bunch, I'm like, oh yeah, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I just wonder if like maybe if they did that kind of thing and, you'd be more excited about it. I don't know.
But if they had, not that great of sales when they reported on their earnings call, why would you not launch a console in the holiday season? I mean, how can it be so jacked up that it's not? I mean, by March, all these people spent all this money over the holiday. I don't know. I don't think of March as a big hardware buying season.
Yeah.
Why that doesn't, there's got to either be something wrong with it or something they're still working on.
We have had good games come out in March. Second Son came out in March.
Yeah, good games, but not good hardware launch.
But you're right. You're right. I mean, I'm with you because you're just finished the holiday wrap. Now you have taxes to worry about.
Right.
And it is spring breaks in between there for a lot of schools too. So it's like, why March? I don't know. I'm kind of with you. Like, I think if they did, maybe the holiday is just too oversaturated and they really want to pull away and just make it more of a, hey, this is Nintendo's month. This is Nintendo's time. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they're trying to get in on that year's E3 buzz.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, but it's pre E3.
Yeah.
It's before E3 happens and they're not going to be at this one. You're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But they have been doing they haven't for the last 2 years.
Yeah, they've been doing
haven't done a conference at E3.
Right.
Yeah. They just do all their Nintendo Direct stuff.
Yeah. They do their press conferences online. And those are great. Like, those are fun.
And maybe they're going to work off the pre-sales. They'll have the pre-sales maybe available for the holiday season so everybody can get a receipt for Christmas.
Well, and let's not forget, they may still just have to be working on this because you know them, and they are innovators. So it could be that there's technical issues that they're trying to deal with that's never been done before, and so that's going to take more time. I want them to take their time on it, but it just seems like a weird time to do it.
I don't want them to release a janky, screwed up, not working console, but at the same time, they announced it so early.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or said, we're bringing this thing. It's like, I feel like I don't know.
Maybe
show us something at least. Yeah.
maybe that's the reason why I'm not excited too. It's like, man, it's just so early. Why would you bother saying that right now? Like that doesn't faze me. Let me play Uncharted. That's the thing I'm most excited for. And then hit me up with news in the summer when it's a lot more of a lull and, pre-holiday, because that might get me a little bit more excited. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. And give me just a few more details. Don't just say that something's coming out. I don't know. That's kind of like the teaser trailer that doesn't really do anything for you.
Now, the article I was looking at says that everyone will have to wait until E3 for more information. Does that mean they'll be there, or they'll just have a presence there, but not necessarily
announce that? They usually have their press conference during that time.
Okay.
So
or their direct or whatever.
Yeah, whatever their directed thing is.
Yeah.
They've done it the past 2 years because they haven't been there in the past 2 years.
Right.
And then with Zelda pushing and also becoming a launch game, at the same time, March 2017. So that means there's nothing coming from Nintendo the rest of this year, right?
No, yeah, sounds like it.
Huh.
Because that was supposed to be their big fall game. And I don't even think it was ever officially said it was coming out in fall. I think it was just 2016 labeled and people were speculating. But
right.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they've got reasons for everything that make sense in their head. And us not knowing, we just have to speculate. But I have no idea what's going on. I will say this, that I might be more likely to buy an NX now if it's in March because I'm going to spend a lot of money on PSVR and a lot of other things.
Yes,
in
you
the
will.
Fall. And
Yes,
Stacey's told me she kind of thinks she wants us to get another Nintendo product because she really likes Mario stuff as well.
I have it.
So it's possible I'll get an NX if it's not just the weirdest thing ever.
So maybe that's their thinking is that, hey, let's get out of the crowded market in the winter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be crowded this third and fourth quarter. We're going to be,
because it won't surprise me if they go ahead and push this 4K thing through the PS4K to this year.
Yeah.
Only because if it's just the little bumps that we're hearing about, then
that won't take that long to develop.
Right. And if they want to launch, maybe they end up launching alongside of the VR headset. You know what I mean?
Man, my wallet's gonna hurt next fall.
It's not gonna be fun. Not gonna be fun in the McCracken family at all.
Exactly.
No, Stacey, stop listening to this episode.
Right.
I'm glad you guys got those countertops out of the way, Doc.
Yeah, that's right. No, I mean, funny. I think we always scratch our heads with Nintendo, but in the end, they'll come out with something that we'll be talking about. So.
Absolutely,
exactly.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that, but I'm not really. I'm so indifferent to this because it's so early. I'm like, there's just no point in even telling us right now.
Right.
We know you're up to something because you've been quiet for this long and you stopped manufacturing of Wii U's. So we know something's going down. That's good enough for me right now. But once you actually have something, then tell me about it. Don't just It's the teaser trailer that just has words like text. No video footage or anything. It's just like text, title, treatment coming soon. Boom.
That was definitely a J.J. Abrams trailer.
Exactly. That's all that was. And that doesn't get me hyped yet.
What if when it comes out they say, okay, the code name NX is dropped. The official name is the new Wii U.
Yeah.
I'll officially quit Nintendo.
Oh no.
It's the Wii U too. Yeah. No.
Wii U and me.
Wii U.
Right. We'll be like, come on, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Router, you brought up Give Me Uncharted.
Yes.
That's been happening.
Yes.
Yes, it has.
So that's been happening.
So that happened. People in the UK have been getting Uncharted already.
Yeah.
Sent to them from Amazon. Some people said, a guy said he went to CEX, which is a game store out that way, and said that he was in there to buy a lens for his camera, and behind the counter was Uncharted 4, and jokingly said, and let me get that Uncharted 4, and the guy rang it up.
Wow.
Gave it to him. And so now we have to be careful on the internet because there's spoilers galore all over the place.
Wow.
And Uncharted is out in the wild.
Yeah,
Uncharted
man, that's
4.
crazy. I haven't seen or touched the. I haven't watched anything. I am shutting down everything on Uncharted 4. I know I've pre-ordered that game for 7-8 months now. Mm-hmm. So I know I'm getting it. I don't have to be excited about it. I'm already excited about it. I'm not watching a thing. As soon as I get it, I'm pulling whatever game I'm playing, I'm stopping, putting that bad bear in, and that's all I'm playing for the next whatever.
I can't believe this, man. So they said you can't play online yet. Obviously, the servers aren't up yet. The trophies won't sync and stuff like that, but you can play the game. I wonder what it's like playing a game that there's not a patch out for yet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like, we're
right?
so used to these day one patches that are like, it'll be broken unless you use this.
Can't be that much fun.
Yeah, exactly. Big head mode on NBA Jam. Like Nathan Drake's head's huge. They're like, sorry, we forgot to scale his head back.
Yeah.
Sully's name is Slully or something else. It's something weird.
Exactly.
Well, coupled with the fact that some retailers sold it early, Sony also put out a tweet, and Shuhei Yoshida also tweeted out that a few copies in the UK were stolen while in transit, and they're working with the police to like investigate it and all that stuff too. So there's all kinds of weirdness going on in the UK right now.
Yeah.
In terms of Uncharted 4.
I guess in America, people have been getting like emails from Amazon saying yours has been shipped, but it's just the email because of the release date was originally this week.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of those emails went out even though they weren't actually going to get shipped.
You are correct.
Oh, that would be such a bummer.
I know, right?
One of the guys in our community, Scott Baker, he posted on Twitter and showed his Amazon tracking thing, and it said it was almost his house said, "We'll deliver by 8 p.m." And then later on in the day, he said, "Oh no, they rescinded it," and he got another email and he had backed it up and said, "Nope, this is going to deliver the 10th."
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure.
Like, what a tease.
Because a lot of that stuff is automated anyway. So if they haven't changed the date in their system, it's going to go ahead and push out those emails, whether it's been shipped or not. It's just going to happen. It's just all automated systems. So because I mean, Best Buy, I was pretty impressed. Best Buy was pretty on top of all the delays. Like, it might have been a day late, but I got an email saying, "Hey, Uncharted's been pushed back to what was April 26th," and then I got another one, "Hey, your order's been pushed back to May 10th." So they've been pretty good with that, and all I have to do is go pick it up on the 10th. So
we should go together.
Let's do that.
I wish that this is the only reason I wish GameStop and those guys were still like the big kahunas that they used to be, because like GameStop can do midnight releases where Best Buy really won't do that.
Right.
And so
the Best Buys in my area have done midnight releases before.
No, they've done them, but it's not like, I don't know if they'll do them over Uncharted. Like, they'll do it over hardware.
Call of Duty, they will.
Yeah, they did it for Call of Duty.
Man, I hope they do it for Uncharted, because I will go get that thing at midnight.
Right?
Dude, that would be awesome.
Faux show would do that. So I just thought that was crazy, man. I might start ordering stuff through Amazon just because I've heard of this. I've heard of this happening too much, where people get stuff like a week early, and you're like, "Jeez, Louise, this is what, 2 weeks early?"
Right?
You start flying to the UK 2 weeks before a game drops. Yo, man, can I buy that?
Yes, I'll take that. I'll take that.
All right, Chris, what else you got, Doc?
Well, we've got some leaked information about the next Call of Duty, which it always kind of leaks around this time. The weird thing is that
we have
the
to stop
name
calling
of
it leaks.
Yeah. Well, the name kind of popped up on the PlayStation Store accidentally. Oops. It looks like it's going to be called Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which I think is a horrible name.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Now, I will say this. It's Infinite Warfare, which is kind of like IW, and this one should be developed by Infinity Ward, and their name is IW, so it's very similar. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. There was also some promotional material leaked online, showed up on Reddit, and it was an image of the cover and of the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Legacy Edition, which is probably just a special edition in between the Hardened Edition.
They have the cover done already?
Yeah. And this cover image says that, if it's real, because it could be fake, but it says that it's also going to come with the Infinite Warfare Legacy Edition is going to come with a remastered version of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Huh.
Like bundled in with the game, which Call of Duty Modern Warfare was the jam. That was the game where
it was awesome.
Everything took a turn, and Call of Duty slapped you in the face and said, "Check me out. I'm a game. You got to play me."
Right.
That game was a big deal.
Yeah.
And it has a mission in it called All Gillied Up, which to this day is hailed as like one of the best first-person shooter missions in any game ever.
When you're sneaking
Wow.
or when you're with the sniper and he's telling you what to do.
Yeah, that is a really, really good mission.
That thing was tense, boy.
Yes, it was.
And they're walking right by your head. You're laying down in the grass. Oh my gosh.
There's tanks going by, and you can do it totally stealth too, because until you get to the end where you have to do a certain objective, but when you're going through it the whole time, the guy that you're following, he's like, there's these 2 tangos over here. We can either leave them be or you can take them out. It's your call.
Yeah.
Depending on how many are there, if you take one out, it might cause chaos or it might not. So you kind of have to figure out how you want to handle it. It's
who is
really
it?
good
Price?
mission.
Is Price who you're with? Does that name ring a bell? Price?
No, it was McMillan, I believe. Captain McMillan, the Scottish guy.
Oh, yeah. Gosh.
Like, that game is so good that if they release it just solo by itself, I would probably buy Modern Warfare Remake. It was really good, because I'm assuming it's going to be just the campaign. Because if they bundle in Modern Warfare 1 or Call of Duty 4, and they have the multiplayer working, like it's been remastered as well, that will be insane.
Oh,
because
my
there's still people
gosh.
that play that game, that multiplayer today. People love that game.
Yeah, it's really good. You're so right. Modern Warfare. I was thinking, I was like, was it Modern Warfare or Black Ops that got me kind of back into Call of Duty? It was definitely Modern Warfare.
Yeah. Yeah. Modern Warfare 2, as I'd said before on the show, that was the game that got me to buy a PS3 and what got me back into gaming. But what really piqued my attention was Modern Warfare, because at the time, a friend of mine had a PlayStation 3 and I played that whole campaign and I was like, this is something else. And so then when Modern Warfare 2 dropped a year later, I was like, I got to get a PS3. I just can't. I got to.
Yes. I was one of those guys where I was like, is this what I've been missing by not playing Call of Duty? Like, is this what the big deal is? Because I feel like the cinematics and everything in that game was just like, they just cranked it up a notch, man.
Yeah, that was definitely where Call of Duty finally, like, they have arrived. Call of Duty's a thing.
Put on their big boy pants.
So it'll be interesting to see what this Legacy Edition costs.
There's no way that cover it must be just like a mock-up of something. There's no way they have the artwork done for a game that's not coming out until November.
Well, I think it's supposed to be like a promotional poster.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a box art.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But yeah, there's no way it could be box art by now.
So, are you saying they're remastering Modern Warfare?
Well, yeah, this image shows Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Legacy Edition, which is probably a step up. Like, you have the game, and then you probably have Legacy Edition, and then maybe they'll have one other edition, because sometimes they have 3 different editions. Yeah, and this image shows that it also includes with it remastered Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Like, that it's bundled in, which is why I say, if it's true, I bet it's just the campaign. Because if they give you a brand new game with a new campaign and new multiplayer and a remastered old game that is praised and loved by many, and its multiplayer is active and remastered, this is the best deal ever. I mean, I don't care if it's $100. That's an amazing deal. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I like it. The games with gold have been announced for May. Games with gold,
making up for April.
Yeah, seriously. Well, no, they did Dead Space, right?
They did.
Yeah, they had a great April.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
May, however, I'm just kidding.
May, on the other hand.
May 1st through 31st on Xbox One, you got Defense Grid 2. Yeah.
Defensier.
Defense Grid.
That
and
old
then
Jim.
May 16th through June 15th, Xbox One, you have Custom Quest 2.
Ooh, yeah, good.
Oh.
Is it custom or costume?
Costume.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't read.
I was gonna say, I've never heard of Custom Quest. I've heard of Costume Quest.
That makes it even worse.
Costume Quest. Yeah, you're like, at least
You
I
better
can
make it work.
pick my own adventure if it's a custom quest. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That makes it worse.
Not to be confused, May 1st through 15th on Xbox 360, you just get Grid 2.
Oh.
Which
Nice.
that's a racing game. It's not bad. My little nephew likes playing that game.
And then Peggle. You guys know Peggle. May 16th through 31st on the Xbox 360. Man, I tell you what, their games aren't always the best, but they are on it with the announcements.
That's because their games aren't always the best, so it's easy to make announcements for games like that.
Oh my god!
Meanwhile, PlayStation's like 2 days before. Oh, hey, by the way, you're going to get BioShock Infinite for free this month. Boom! Like they hit
Right.
you with the 1-2, whereas Xbox is like, yeah, we have a few games that are coming out this next month.
Oh, you're such a hater.
They do have they do have a leak of what they think might be coming to
PS Plus?
PlayStation. Yes,
Uncharted.
What is that?
Watch Dogs.
Oh yes,
Oh,
please.
if it's Watch Dogs, I'll finally give it a shot.
Yes, play that game. Play that game.
That's just funny because against Peggle.
You know what I thought was really funny was last month when Xbox had their games with gold. I actually saw PlayStation people saying, "How come games with gold is always so awesome?" And I'm like, "What?"
I know, man. These
People don't pay any attention, man.
Oh my gosh, so many people
So
complaining lately about PlayStation Plus. Like, oh, it's just indie game. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, come on, dude, you've been getting banging games for however long PlayStation Plus has been out, and you're over here
Right.
acting like, oh my gosh, it's been bad forever.
They
Whatever.
they put out 2 good games with golds, and people were like, "Oh man, I'm canceling my PlayStation Plus."
Right.
You're like, "Really
It
gonna
ain't
cancel
worth it no more.
Yeah,
I have a gift
exactly.
card for games with gold, and I still haven't redeemed it on my Xbox One. Just because
See?
of that, because there's nothing that I want to play. So it's like a 3-month thing. So I'd rather wait until something comes out that I want to play and then activate it. And that's been almost a year and a half since I've had my Xbox One.
Yeah, I was
I've been
Wow.
I've been good because I've gotten games on both that I hadn't played otherwise. Like I got Lords of the Fallen or whatever it was.
Yeah,
all the
Lords of the
games with
Fallen.
gold.
Yeah.
Wolf Among Us, Dead Space. I mean, I haven't played them yet, but I've got them on my system just waiting for
Good.
me. So games with gold has been good for me, but I understand that they've only had like 1 or 2 months that were like, oh my gosh. And then it's just weird to see people be like, yeah, man, it's dumb over here and it's great over here. It's like they just flip flop and throw away the wind goes. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll tell
Like
you
they're
what
both
though,
good. You're getting free games. Just be happy.
if Watch Dogs is free for real, please go get that game.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I know people didn't
I'll get
like it.
I
but
loved it, dude. I loved that game.
I liked it too. And
I did too.
The online stuff was awesome. They made like there's this one thing where you got to find somebody in a crowd and he's trying to hack you or whatever.
Yeah,
that
so
thing
much
was
fun.
so stressful. Oh, they did so good at making that thing.
Those were
work well.
great. Those are really great.
I don't remember. It was one of those things where I was planning to get it when it came out, and I don't remember when it came out and what came out around it, but I just remember something else came out as well. I was like, well, it's one or the other. I'll get this. So I remember watching like on Twitch, people play and the mode you're talking about. I remember seeing that and
It was
thinking, oh, this
great.
is cool. And then time passes and you just forget about it. It's like, oh, I'll pick it up on sale somewhere. So
It's a big game. There's like I remember
Yeah.
talking about on the show, like there's a couple missions where they're just really trippy. And those are the ones I didn't like because I was
I didn't do any
really
of that.
focused on the story.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a huge game, but it is
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
So much fun.
I liked it too a lot.
Yeah.
The Konami code is 30 years old.
Ooh.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. BA star.
Oh, nice.
And it was interesting. I never knew I didn't know there was a story to the Konami code, but there is. And so it was actually it was put in Gradius. I think that's that ship shooting game. And the home port was being made for that, and the guy that was doing the home port put it in there to help testers as they were like, going through the game, because you get like all the power ups instead of having to earn them, and so testers wouldn't have to go through all that business of collecting them. So he put it in the thing when they were messing with it, and then just forgot to take it out.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And so how pre-internet people figured out the Konami code,
Right.
I have no idea, but they did. The word spread like wildfire, and Konami started entering it, obviously, in other games, most popularly into Contra. And that's really where the Konami code took off. So
After even that mistake, Konami just owned it. And they were like, yeah, we'll just keep it in there.
yeah, they're like, oh, that's fun.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Because it wasn't like, it's not like something super easy to figure out, and freaking Contra needed the help. Golly, that game was hard, brother. So anyway,
It was fun though.
it was fun. It's awesome. Anyway, so happy birthday,
Was
Konami.
that in all the games that it was in? Was it universal that it would give you the same? What does it do? Does it just level you up?
No, like
or?
in some things it was power ups, and Contra it was extra lives, right? I don't remember exactly what it was in
I don't
Contra. I think
remember
it was
in which game what it gives you. I just
So
remember the code.
it triggered something different for every game. It wasn't the same consistently throughout.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I think you got 30 extra lives or something like that in Contra.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So-
that sounds right.
And then they started putting in a bunch of stuff. And it's popped up in some non-Konami games as well. Some Sonic games, some, I think Tetris, something like that.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
What's it give you in Tetris? A free line.
exactly. Here comes here comes the long one you've been waiting for.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know what it does in that. Anyway, what else you got, Chris?
Okay, I'm gonna butcher this guy's name, so apologies.
Yes.
But Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed co-creator Patrice Desilets.
That's
That's how you,
Yep.
Desilets? I'm not sure how you say that. But so he worked for Ubisoft and he was co-created Assassin's Creed, and he was working on this other game called 1666 Amsterdam.
Okay.
And well, anyways, he got fired for some reason, and so he put a lawsuit towards Ubisoft because he wanted like the rights for this game. Well,
No way.
him and Ubisoft got together, they hashed out a deal, and he dropped his lawsuit, and he now retains the rights to this game. 1660. I keep wanting to say 1866.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
1666 Amsterdam, and it's supposed to be some kind of open world history Assassin's Creed-esque kind of game.
Okay.
I don't really know much about it, but apparently this is like a big deal because a lot of people have this story, and he's now regained all creative and business control over the project. And so with his new company, which I don't
I was going to say,
remember
did
the
they
name of it.
rehire? Did they rehire him, or they just gave
No,
up the
yeah,
rights?
he's got his own studio now, and
Okay.
he just kind of basically took back the rights to this game, which I guess he was the father of, but Ubisoft owned the IP.
Yeah.
And so in order to get that back, he dropped his like $400,000 lawsuit, wrongful termination lawsuit or whatever against the
Drop in the bucket for Ubisoft anyway, but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know anything about the game further than that, but the concept art looks really cool. So, and if it's Assassin's Creed-ish
Yeah,
open
I'm in.
world, really,
That sounds
I mean,
good.
I'd check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. Some guy in his garage.
Hey, many things have happened with guys in their garages.
Yeah, like
Right.
Nirvana.
Yeah, like Apple.
And Apple computers.
Exactly.
Yep.
Nice.
So this game will be the Order 1666 New Amsterdam.
Exactly.
Right.
Sounds good to me.
Culmination of everything. Santa Monica Studios is now into it too. All right, good.
Awesome.
Chris, you got anything else pressing?
No, nothing pressing.
Eduardo,
Yes.
what's going on the old YouTube, the www.youtube?
Whoa. The HTTP.
Yeah.
Well, as Chris mentioned, he's got a bunch of new Ratchet and Clank up there that you can go check out. You hear us talking about it on the podcast, and I just love that you can go to the YouTube channel and watch all of that. I love that we've got that.
It's a great service.
Great service.
Yes, it is.
Sarah and I did a couple episodes of Lego Marvel's Avengers.
I saw
Yeah, you
that.
did.
I finished up Uncharted Drake's Fortune and started Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Those are up there.
I love that
Good
you're
deal.
loving those so much that you're doing it again. I think that's
so
I know,
much fun.
that's
I
crazy.
think that is a testament to how great those games are, and that just makes me happy.
I went through and replayed some Quantum Break and made all opposite choices, and then put up the
Good for
little
you. Yeah.
mini episodes to kind of see what would be different. And a lot is different. It's pretty cool.
Really?
Wow,
Is it
really?
pretty fresh? Like, oh,
Yeah, I mean, different people live, die, the way they die. It's really cool.
nice.
Are you still happy with your original decisions though? Like it wouldn't matter, or like
I am. There are a couple guys that I was really hoping would get a bullet in the face.
A bullet face.
Yeah, but I'm happy with my choices. I stand by them.
Good.
And then I finished up the first episode of Blues and Bullets, that game I was talking about last week. That was the Elliot Ness.
Yes.
Yeah, what
black
happened
and
with
white.
that? Something you didn't like it.
Yeah, it was horrible. I've got 2 episodes.
and that's as far as I could. That's as much as I could stomach.
I'm only doing the first episode. It's like 5 videos, but yeah, I told people if you want to see more, just leave a comment and let me know. And it's been crickets. So,
oh no, is it really that bad? You were looking kind of forward to that.
I was really looking forward to it, and the screen stills they used to promote it, it made the game look like it was going to have a different art style than it actually does. And so it was a little. There was one section that I really enjoyed, but it didn't make up for the rest of the game for me.
Dang it.
That's too bad.
I know.
That's the worst.
Ugh.
That's the worst.
Disappointing games are disappointing.
Exactly.
I like it. Well said. Well, every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different. We asked you guys what game or games brought you and yours together through the years. Talking about just games that, you and your buddies would sit down and have a ball for forever. Over on the forums, Nick Cooper said Blizzard games have brought me and my friends together, pretty much all of them. Mm-hmm. World of Warcraft, Diablo, StarCraft, Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone, and soon Overwatch. You can always count on Blizzard for quality games that bring people together, competitive or casuals alike. For my wife and I went from World of Warcraft to Star Wars The Old Republic to now the Telltale games.
Awesome. That's great.
Nice. I love hearing that. Go Wazoo Cougs on the forums. Super Tecmo Bowl.
Wow.
My two buddies played seasons and seasons. It was the best football game ever made. I love that. Seth is the GOAT. Said when I was younger, it was Sunset Riders. Oh my gosh, Sunset. I used to love Sunset Riders. If I go to an arcade and Sunset Riders is there, I'm playing it.
Nice.
Hands down. He said it was Sunset Riders and Contra with my mom.
What?
Wow.
Madden with an aunt.
What?
And no, he's got the best family ever, apparently.
Seriously.
The one game my wife has actually played with is Rock Band 2 with her on the drums and me on the guitar. We played that a ton during our first year of marriage. Now with my oldest daughter, we're playing Rayman Legends together quite a bit.
Oh, fun.
Oh, nice.
Seth,
The drums on Rock Band were fun.
what did you do to get your family to play video games with you like that?
I know, right?
There's bribery somewhere. He's got to do yard work for them for like a year or something. I don't know.
I'll trim your bushes and your trees.
Right, exactly.
I'll mow your lawn.
I can't imagine, I've got a pretty good imagination.
I can't see your mother playing Contra, though.
Well, I can't imagine playing anything with my mom or my aunt.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't even know what I would have to do. Golly.
That's awesome.
I'd have to. It sounds like a lot of vodka cranberries would have to be going down.
There you go. My aunt is a nurse, so what would we play? Like Surgeon Simulator or something?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
She's like, I am so good at this game.
I'm rage quitting.
Yeah, she's like, that's not how it goes.
That's right. That's not how that works.
Over on Twitter, Spencer Stapleton, half of the street team at Krypton TKMC. After our dad died, that's sad. All we wanted to do was cry. The Shine Thief mode on Mario Kart Double Dash gave us a reason to laugh.
Wow. Very cool.
Hashtag
That's awesome.
healing. Oh, gosh. That's a kick in the stomach. That's awesome. Scott L. Clark at Scotty Lindsay. My brother barely gamed, but I could almost always convince him to play NFL Blitz or Twisted Metal 2 with me.
Oh, love Twisted Metal 2.
Twisted Metal. Oh my gosh.
That was awesome.
Joseph Hoover at JH Sweeps. Drunk Mario Kart is the game of all time for the wife and I.
That sounds amazing, and I wish I was playing that during my vodka cranberry days.
That's the only drinking and driving you're allowed to do.
Yes,
That's for sure.
that would be fun.
God, drunk Mario.
Drunk Mario Kart sounds amazing.
Sarah used to challenge us to Mario Kart races, but we would have to lay on the couch upside down.
No way.
Oh,
Which I guess would be similar to Drunk Mario Kart.
sure. That's great.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Nice. Well, thank you guys so much for the answers. You guys know where to find us. Facebook.com/married to the games, Twitter.com/MTTGcast. You can find us at marriedtothegames.com. Come check out the forums and the YouTube channel. YouTube.com/married to the games. And Eduardo.
Rate us on iTunes and you'll get a free copy of the unreleased Prince song Red Wine and Cauliflower.
Perfect.
Stupid.
I knew it was going to be about me.
Stupid.
I just knew it.
Unreleased Prince song.
Unreleased Prince song, Red Wine and Cauliflower. Love it.
Golly.
Oh,
Oh, that's totally giving the episode title.
yep.
Red wine and cauliflower.
Oh, Lauren will be so happy. Lauren will be so happy if that's the title.
She just got a trophy.
Yeah,
Yeah, she did.
She
That's
has her
right.
trophy.
That's a platinum trophy for writing in and your thing becoming the title of the show. That's
Yep.
exactly what it is. Great. Let's get into some questions.
Before I start the questions real quick, did you guys, and I think it was Spencer's post that triggered this, did you guys see the video of a story that we had talked about of the gamer whose father had passed away, but his
Yes.
ghost thing was still there? So the
Yeah.
video,
Yeah.
I was
look it
having
up.
a sensitive day that day. I couldn't watch it.
Oh, dude, it was okay. So
I was like, I'll watch that later.
it's called. Is it called Player 1 or Player 2? I think it's Player 2 is the name of it. If you go on YouTube, you'll see it. It's really well done, and it talks about the story that we had talked about way at least a year ago or so.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
long
It's great.
time ago.
Go watch it. It's really, really cool. Very touching.
Cool.
All right, let's go to email. Travis friggin' Nutcase. Just a quick question for Gabe. Have you ever toured with Alvin and the Chipmunks? And if so, do they bite?
They don't. They nibble. They do nibble though.
He goes on to say, just wanted to say that the show has leveled up. I wasn't sure how I was going to like it without Bathtub iPad Hall, but the chemistry with you four is fantastic. A lot of laughs and a lot of energy from the podcast. Keep up the great work. Someone get Hall to call in and give us a 5-minute update later, dude, bros. Yeah, we need to get in touch with him because
I know.
he's due the end of this month, right? Isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
May.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I'll give him a text this week and let's see what's
Yeah,
up with him.
I texted him a couple weeks ago, and he said hi.
Oh, good.
And I think, but it was like one of those things where I text him like, dude, how is everything? He was like, good. How's the podcast? And like, you ever like check a text and you're like, oh, I'll text that guy back.
Yep.
And then when you close it, you never see it again.
Yeah.
So,
There you go. Mm-hmm.
That's what happened.
You texted him. He said, I don't have this number saved. Who is this?
Exactly. Who this? Yeah.
Moving on, Chris from Pittsburgh. Hey guys, just a simple question: case or no case for your phones? P.S. Ratchet and Clank is a must-play for any PS4 owner.
Yes, it is, sir.
Nice.
Definitely have to have a case on my phone. I use the what is it? The Tech 21. Excuse me, Tech 21 from Impactology. That man, those cases are awesome, and this sucker's been dropped by I don't know how many times by Piper. And
Of course.
I haven't had a knock on wood somewhere in my car. Is there wood paneling in my car?
You need
No.
some wood grain?
No, I ain't got the wood grain. Anyway, yeah, that's what I use. But definitely, man, have a case. Otherwise, you're paying $150 to get your screen replaced.
Ed,
Yeah, definitely case for me. Yep.
Chris?
Yeah, I've always used case. Naked phones are too slippery, and quite frankly, I'm an iPhone guy, so the 6 and the 6S, whether you're plus or not, they got this little like the camera lens kind of like protrudes from the phone. It's like that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. So it almost necessitates a case.
Yep.
There you
I
go.
don't want it getting jacked up.
No case.
Really?
Really? Oh yeah, you used to have one on your old one though, right? Because you had that
I
Married
used
to the
that.
Games
Yeah, I had
case.
the Married to the Games case on my last phone, and then when I got the new phone, I don't know, man. The bigger the phones get, the least likely I am to get a case, just because they're already so big.
Yeah, they're clunky like that. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I always get as thin a case as possible, but that still has some type of, if I drop it, impact resistance. I don't like the ones that are just like a skin that goes over. It's like, well, that's pointless. If I'm gonna have a case, I want it to have some protection, but I don't want this big, bulky, thick thing.
Yeah, that's how my wife was. That's how Jenny was sometimes. She was like, I just want it to be cute. I'm like, cute?
Mm-hmm.
You know what's not cute is buying a new phone.
That's right.
Let's get
awesome.
into some casing.
That's right. Moving on to Facebook, Spencer Stapleton. I work with the Boy Scouts through my church. Tonight we played dodgeball to celebrate one of the boys' advancement in the program. Well, I ended up hitting him hitting a kid square in the nuts. He went down.
Oh my gosh.
He went down hard. I don't know if laughing was the correct response on my part, but I couldn't help myself. What was the worst / funniest nut shot you have taken, and how long ago? # I need to grow up sometime. I love our street team, man. Spencer,
I need to grow up sometime.
I love it. I love it. Oh,
Never grow up.
Dude, I hate that. I hate nut shots. I haven't had one in a while, and if anything, it's probably been from Piper, and it's just one of those, you have to like breathe, and you have to take a second.
You gotta breathe through it, Doc. You gotta breathe through it.
It's that, and it just, it actually travels up into your gut, too.
Into the stomach.
It just hurts so bad. That is the worst pain. Ugh.
Man, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't
really deal with kids that much outside of my own because I don't really like kids. And so I feel like that's...
Real talk.
Real talk. I got two, but I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't. And I was around some kids last week, and I had to like...
You wanted to throat punch him?
Well, like I noticed,
punch a kid.
I noticed my face was like grimacing as I like watched them.
That's awesome.
And I was like, Gabe, you got to fix your face right now. I was definitely doing that, like that what smells face. Like,
oh man,
that's awesome.
There's something dying here, face.
I don't really like kids, and I feel like that stuff happens around kids the most. And
of course,
Yeah, I haven't. I'm the same with you, Gabe. I haven't really had any knock on wood experience with that.
I haven't had an experience with it since I was a kid, like riding my bike, and you just miss that pedal and bam.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's all kinds of pain.
That's the last time I can remember it happening.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Sorry, Spencer, we're not with you on that one.
It's all good though, man. Never grow up. Twitter. Hey, we got Coach Mo at Coach Hulk. Pants, cool with you or leg prisons? Ask MTDG, # I don't like pants, # PE teacher life. That's what we're talking about, Coach.
Nice, I like it.
I like them.
I've got a funny story about this. One of my buddies, his name's Ryan. He wears 3/4 pants all the time.
Nice.
And so he wanted to like start a website where he reviewed 3/4 pants.
And 3/4 pants, is that like capris?
Well, they're
that's the only frame of reference I have.
Well, this is gonna tell you what we call them, at least.
Okay.
Because his website was gonna be www.knickerplease.com.
Oh boy.
Because we call them knickers. I've always called them knickers.
Knickers. That
so he's gonna have
awesome.
Knickerplease.com, which
either
I thought
way,
was
you need
hilarious.
to grab that domain right away.
I know he bought it. He bought the domain.
Good.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny. And so I'm definitely a shorts guy. I don't have very many shorts. And so I usually wear pants, but I love shorts.
Yeah. As soon as company leaves, shorts are on.
That's right.
You wait till company leaves?
Yeah.
Why?
My shorts aren't good for public consumption.
He's got the Magnum PI shorts that like just kind of ride up.
No.
He got the 85, 86 Lakers.
85, 86 Lakers, baby. Exactly.
Today they'd be offensive on women.
Just enough coverage. That's all you need, right, buddy? I love you, Ed. That's awesome.
He's like, as long as I'm standing, I'm not offending anyone.
That's right. Sitting down, whole nother ball wax. No pun intended.
Yeah, we got an FCC on that one. All right.
Oh, that's awesome. Chris?
I wear pants most of the time. I like shorts. I don't have anything against them, but
you own more
most
pants.
of the time. Yeah, I'm mostly a pants guy.
I wear
even
jeans.
in the summer. I mean, I like the coolness of shorts, but I'm a pasty white guy, and I don't like the sun. So I cover up so I don't have to layer up every 10 minutes. Oh, wait, another layer of sunscreen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wear jeans all the time, man. All the time. Wow. Like, that's my thing. Even in the summer, jeans and flip-flops, just because, like, shorts I wear on the weekends. I don't know why. Like, I have my own business. I don't need to dress up or anything, but I just like wearing jeans. Just, I don't know. It's weird.
I got you. There you have it.
I'm a weird dude. All right. At JP Oaks 1, I'm from Kansas, where we're having very bad thunderstorms and tornadoes. Dude, please take care of yourself with that. What is your scariest weather experience? And then at DSpin67 wrote Router being on that cruise ship, and he's absolutely right. That is exactly that is exactly the scariest weather experience I've had. Cruise ship in the middle of a hurricane. I don't think you can get any worse than that.
It really can't get much worse. I don't know, man. I should be more scared of the weather. I'm just not. My wife is in the freaking tub every single time.
So is Lauren.
The alarm goes out. I'm like, get out of the tub. She's like, get in the tub. I'm like, oh. Yeah. Number one, there's no room. You got everybody in there.
I know, exactly. I'm with you. I'm more fascinated by it than scared of it. So, like, I'm not really, I don't know. I'm just not.
That's a white people thing to want to go out and look at it.
No, I'm not going out.
There's a tornado coming. You want to go look at it? I'm fascinated by it.
I'm not going out and looking at it. I just like seeing the radar. Like I watch the radar all the time. I just find it fascinating, like how they can pinpoint the patterns of when there's a tornado watch versus a warning, and like it's fascinating. But no, I'm not an idiot going out there looking for it. There's a cyclone coming or something like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid hearing the tornado sirens in Indiana going off, and that always scared me. Now, yeah, kind of like you guys, it does. I probably should be more afraid of the weather, but as a kid, that was always kind of freaky.
Yeah. I don't think we've had any really bad weather though lately. We had a storm roll through last night that got pretty loud, but yeah, nothing crazy.
I've never actually been in a tornado or earthquake or anything really super severe, but I have been home when, the sirens go off, and we'll take shelter, because they're saying we're not in a rush about it, but we're like, okay, we'll go get in the shelter. And one of the last couple times that it happened, the wind was really, really hard where we were. And it was one of those things where they were saying it could be a tornado, could not, couldn't confirm. And that was the first time where like I'm in my, safe room, just my bathroom in the middle of my house, but you're hearing things like flying and hitting stuff. And you're like, oh my gosh, wow, this is like legit. And that my heart started beating just a little bit. And I was like, well, I can imagine if I'd ever been in an actual tornado or one like went past me like a mile down the road, I would probably be pretty dang nervous most of the time.
Yeah, when stuff starts getting tossed around, you're like, right. This is a bad idea.
Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah, exactly. Good question, though.
Let's see. We got a jet pretty soon. All right, I'll go through some of these quickly. At Arctic Warlocks, I'm raising a TR-esque child who is allergic to the outside trees, grass, weeds, and going to shots. I love it. How long were you on those? Okay, so here's it. It depends on the child. It depends on exactly what they're allergic to. I'm allergic to everything, so I got 5 shots every week. 3 in one arm, 2 in the other, because I was allergic to everything. And a child can come out of it, but if they are on shots, it's usually a 2 to 3 year span. I'm going on my 4th year because I'm highly allergic. So we extended my month. I'm only getting them once a month now. So I've extended mine for one more year. And I've been like, our pollen has been crazy right now. We have very high counts of grass and tree pollen right now. And I'm feeling great. Like things have been really good. So it does work. Obviously, everybody's completely different. But with your child, it's probably a little bit different because they may grow out of that, but I think the shots will help. So I would expect maybe 2 to 3 years, but ask your allergist. They'll tell you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good answer and good question.
There you have it. At Grantitis, Grant Gustafson, you ever wake up and not want to do the podcast? What do you do to get pumped up in the mood? Gabe?
You didn't say Gabe, or you were just saying that because I'm the worst?
No, you're the one that, well, it used to be Hall, because every time he'd get on, he'd be like,
Yeah, exactly. But that was just life in general.
Well, that's true. And then, Gabe, with you, a lot of it for you was just being tired because you only got 2 hours of sleep because you're on the road.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. Like when I looked at the clock last night, or when I set my alarm, I don't know if I can turn this off on my phone, but my alarm tells me how many hours until it goes off.
Oh.
And so last night I set it and it was like, your alarm will be going off in 3 hours and 49 minutes. And I was like, oh, shoot. I've got 3 hours and 49 minutes to recoup and then be a human tomorrow for children. And so I told Jenny, I was like, I might need you tomorrow morning because I have a lunch meeting. So I have total plans on going back to sleep after the podcast is over. And what gets me up is the people writing in the questions. Like,
man.
Knowing that, like, number one, it's like we haven't missed a week. I'm not gonna miss one now because I'm tired.
Right.
But I don't know. I get like whenever I send the hangout call out and everybody starts answering and saying good morning, I'm like, all right, here we go. We got this thing. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the same way. There's been a few times, and it's probably just because I've worked late or I've only got 2 hours of sleep too. I'm like, oh, we got the podcast. But as soon as you hit that, oh, yes, y'all, I have a big old smile on my face and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So it's awesome, man. So
nice. I like
it's good stuff.
What about you guys?
Yeah, what
Chris
about the new
and,
bloods?
Chris and Ed, you guys are new to this whole getting up early just to talk to each other thing.
That's the thing. The fact that it's getting to talk with you guys and answering questions from the community. That like Tim said, as soon as the Google Hangout picks up and I hear you guys talking, it's like it's like a snap, and I'm just zeroed in. It's like, here we go. This is going to be awesome.
Yep.
Yes.
I've never once, whether it was in the evening show or morning show, gotten ready and I'm booting up my computer and thought, oh man, I really don't want to be doing this right now. Which, granted, I've not been doing it nearly as long as you guys.
Right.
But it's still, to me, having been a fan longer than I've been on the show, it's still a bit surreal that this is even my reality.
It's so cool.
It's still like I get to do this. I'm sure one day when I've only had 2 hours of sleep and I've got a lunch meeting, I'm going to be like, oh man. And we'll see what happens, but that day has not come yet. I look forward to it every week.
That's awesome.
That is great.
That's awesome. All right, we'll end with this final question.
And plus, Ed's in Eastern time. It's 6:30 for him.
Yeah,
I get to cheat a little bit.
He gets to cheat a little. It's all good.
Guy.
Final question at Dante Logos. What is your most prized material possession? Mine is a very nice leather-bound copy of The Art of War. Very cool, man.
Ooh, wow.
Prized possession.
Wow. Yeah, that is a loaded question.
I mean, besides my children,
I was going to say my children, my family, but
like material thing.
That's how I'm looking at it.
I'm living in a material world, but I'm not really a material girl all like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, that's a tough question. Ed, Chris?
That's really tough. I gotta say, we've got the sign from inside the coffee shop where Sarah and I met that's no longer open, but they salvaged the sign for us.
That's awesome.
And so maybe that, but yeah, I don't have like a lot of real material things like that.
That's pretty cool.
One, my computer, that's my life. Like that is
that's your lifeblood, yeah.
Like I lose that, I lose everything. I basically lose my livelihood. So I back it up every day. So it's the thing I take the most care of, besides my family. But that and my PS4, man, I'll take if there was a fire, I'd take, of course, my family first, and then I'd grab my computer and my computer and my PS4.
Oh man.
It's not,
Chris, you got one?
If I had some time to think about it, I'd probably could come up with a better answer, because this one's going to seem a little weird when I explain it. But off the top of my head, I would probably say my most prized possession I have a set of prints. There's about 20 to 25 11 by 17 prints that I did when I was in college, like film prints where I went into the darkroom, developed them.
Very cool.
And I printed them, and then I have them matted on these big white matte frames that I cut myself and put together. Now,
nice.
If you were at my house, you wouldn't think that this answer makes any sense, because they're wrapped in a towel in my closet in my room.
That's how you
but
treat
the
stuff
reason
you
is
love.
because I've always been like, I want to hang these in my house one day. Number one, there's too many to really do that. And number two, I always get nervous that if I take them out, something's going to happen to them, and I just don't want anything. So that's why I leave them up there. Every once in a blue moon, I'll get them down and I'll open it up and look at them again.
Yeah, it's cool,
But
man.
there's some of my favorite images. I've got some infrared images and all these different things back in my film days, because that was I don't do film anymore and I don't have access to a darkroom, but it was such a special experience to be able to have that, be able to do that and see what that was all about, the analog experience.
Very cool.
I really love those images. If the house ever caught fire and I lost those, I would be probably devastated.
Nice.
Yeah. I guess I have to say just the house we're living in, even though it's not perfect, it's old, it needs work, but I know that a lot of special things are going to happen in this house. And like, the way the way God orchestrated us being here and the way things have fallen in place since we've moved here. I think I'm just like really overly grateful for the house that we're living in right now. And so
that's great, man.
Probably,
that's awesome.
Probably that. I just got it in December, but I guess it'd be
cool.
most prized. Yeah.
That's a wrap, Jack. Thank you, everybody, for all the comments and questions.
Nice.
We love it.
Yeah, thank you guys. Question of the week for you guys comes from old Uncle Bread fan 35.
Hey,
I told him if you ever think of any questions during the week, send them to a brother, because there's a lot of times I'm struggling and I'm like, what do you think of blue?
I love blue.
Like, it's a pretty cool color, right?
Attaboy, Blue.
Attaboy, you're my boy, Blue. And so his idea was, and I thought this was good because I've thought about it recently, backwards compatibility. One of those things that we always like, I can't believe it's not going to be backwards compatible. And then you buy the new thing and you don't ever play the old games. And so how important is backwards compatibility to you guys? And do you use it? Because I do not. I haven't played one 360 game on my Xbox One yet.
Nope.
After all the, oh my gosh, backwards compatibility. What do you think, Edward?
Yeah, I've played a few 360 games, and I like it. It's not something that I felt like I needed to demand, but when it's there, I actually do use it every once in a while.
There you go. Router?
I don't use it, but I like the option of having it, but I'm not going to make a stink if it's not. I mean, if it's there, that's just one more thing under the arsenal that if I wanted to go back and play something, I would, but I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher McCracken?
Nope, I don't use it. I do have one game, Dead Space, that I got from Games with Gold. So once I finally play that, then I'll have finally used it. But to me, it's one of those things. I'm glad it's there. It's definitely a consumer like plus item. It's good for the consumer. But to me, like going forward, I don't really care because I know some people make a stink about they're hoping that PlayStation will bring it. And quite frankly, I don't want PlayStation to waste their time engineering a way to play PS3 games on my PS4 because that's probably gonna be a headache. I'd rather you put your funds and all your engineering brains into, like, I don't know, changing PSN names or something actually important. And I think backwards compatibility is one of those things where everybody's like, oh, I really want it. And then realistically, nobody uses it. Kind of like the couch co-op stuff. Everybody complains that isn't in games, but they've got to have research telling them that almost nobody uses it. That's probably why they didn't take the time. Right. So, I mean, if you can do it like Microsoft did and it's not a big deal, go for it. But it's no sweat off my back if you don't include it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where when I found out that the PlayStation 3 plays PlayStation 1 games, I was like, I didn't know that. I need to go play some PlayStation 1 games. And I was like, I'm not going to go buy no PlayStation 1 games to play my PS3. It's not going to happen. 2 generations? Yeah, right. So let us know, backwards compatibility. Do you need it? Do you use it? Use hashtag #AnswerMTTG and let us know. Thanks, Uncle Bread Fan, for the question.
Yeah, man.
I'll come up with more. I'll help you out.
Thank you. Well, that's it. 189 in the books. I'm Gabe Patillo. Why that sound like a question?
That was great.
That is Tim Router. That is Chris McCracken. That is Ed Placencia. And we are married to the games, and we are up out this thing.